everyone, welcome back to Anaheim Park Tourist. We're going to be sharing our experience staying at the Hotel Lulu. The Hotel Lulu was previously the Red Lion in Anaheim. If you're wondering what the Hotel Lulu is, we were wondering the same. We had never heard of it and we saw it pop up on one of our hotel searches, so we thought we'd check it out. We want to make it very clear that this is not a review. We realize that everyone's expectations and experiences at a hotel are going to be different, and it really depends a lot on the other guests staying in the hotel when you are staying there. So this is not a review, it's just our experience. Let's move on to the proximity to the park. It is a 12-minute brisk walk from the Hotel Lulu to the Harborside entrance at Disneyland Resort. It's another 5 to 7 minutes to the gates of Disneyland or California Adventure, depending on how long the security line is when you arrive. The Hotel Lulu website states it's only a 7-minute walk to the gates of Disneyland, and that is very misleading. It is most definitely not a 7-minute walk. Another option from the Hotel Lulu would be to walk to the Toy Story parking lot and take a shuttle. We didn't go that way because we thought it might take longer to wait in line for a shuttle and go through security all at the Toy Story lot, so we just opted to walk up Harbor Boulevard.
I went ahead and checked into the hotel. We got there about 4:30 in the afternoon. I booked the hotel on Hotwire, and a little bit more on that later. The front desk staff was very helpful, very friendly, and we had absolutely no issues upon check-in.
Moving on to property conditions. First, we'll start with the outside of the hotel. Upon pulling up, we were super happy with the way it looked. It looked modern, very clean. The grounds were very well maintained. When we entered the lobby, very much the same. It was very clean, very updated, very modern. We were super excited to check into our room. I headed to the room first while Jim went to park the car, and we were in the south building, so it's separate from where the lobby was at. And as soon as I walked into the building, it smelled like marijuana. And I do give them credit because they realized it smelled like marijuana and they were trying to mask or cover the smell, and so it smelled a mix of marijuana and cleaning supplies. But I mean, I do give them credit for trying to get rid of that smell, but it was pretty strong. And then right when I entered the room, I realized there was an issue right away because I could not get the door to close. I was just not strong enough to get the door to close correctly to be able to use the deadbolt, so Jim had to do that throughout our whole stay. Had I been alone or with friends, we would have for sure had to ask for a different room because there's just no way I could get that door to close correctly.
Additionally, in our room, we were missing a picture, so we had 2 holes in the wall. The holes just stared at us the whole time. It's not a big deal to have the picture missing, but 2 big holes in the wall was
not what you expect.
No. So while Crystal was getting into the room and having trouble with that door, I went ahead and parked our car. There was plenty of parking at the hotel. Big, spacious lot. I had absolutely no problem finding a good spot near our tower. Once I parked the car, I went to the closest door and I tried to scan my card to get into the door because it was locked, and it appeared that the scanning system didn't work. So I walked around the tower to the main entrance, and as another note, we walked in that main entrance about 11 o'clock at night and 5:30 in the morning, and it was open to the public. It looks like there was no security system to keep people out of that building, and so any random person could walk through at any particular time.
Moving right on to cleanliness. Upon walking in, I could tell right away that the carpeting was brand new in the room, and I was super excited about that. Looking further, I could tell the bedding was new, the drapery was new, and all the towels in the bathroom were new. So that was really fantastic. But then I looked a little bit closer in the bathroom, and I was super bummed because there was a lot of other people's hair all over the floor, in the shower, on the shower curtain, and then the shower curtain also had a very big stain. Looking further out in the room, under the desk and the dresser, there was food under there that had not been cleaned up from the previous occupant. So that was also a very big bummer for us.
Yeah, and we did pull the sheets back on the beds, and the beds were clean. There were no issues with the beds.
We always check the beds.
Moving on to room comfort. First off, we want to go over the beds. The beds were comfortable. They're kind of just right in between, too soft and too hard. They were right in the middle there. The pillows were perfect. No complaints, and she's Miss Picky Pillow, so
they were good.
They were good. So another issue that we were worried about when entering the room was harbor. So our room bordered and faced harbor, and you could see, if you look at our room tour, you could see cars cruising by in the little crack of the window there. and that's our cat Waffles. We were on the ground floor and we were really just concerned about the overall noise, and that wasn't the case. The room was well insulated. Crystal woke up twice due to loud cars. I'm the lightest of the sleepers and I never woke up, so that was good. We did hear our neighbor TV at one point, and once you kind of got to sleeping hours, that noise went away. And the biggest concern for us was the air conditioner. When we turned the air conditioner on, because it was a hot weekend when we were there, the condenser actually vibrated everything in the room. It was really, really loud. It was one of the loudest air conditioning units we've ever experienced. So what we ended up doing was we ended up just leaving the fan running all night and had no air. Additionally, this is something that's going to be more for our stay. We did hear a lot of yelling and screaming in the hallways, and that carried on for about 10 minutes. We did call the front desk because we were getting ready for bed ourselves, and the front desk handled that almost immediately, and the noise disappeared.
And no more noise the rest of the night. Moving right on to amenities. In the lobby of the hotel, they did have a little coffee bar, and it looked like they also sold Danishes in the morning. Across from that, they had snacks and drinks, even more hearty things like cup of noodles that you could purchase to have in your room. Beyond that was a really nice seating area, and then a cocktail bar, and of course they had a pool. As far as amenities in the room, they had a mini fridge, a microwave, a safe, and instead of a coffee pot, they had a kettle, so they provided instant coffee.
If you have a lot of devices, you will still want to bring your own USB hub to charge all those different devices. There were about 4 USB chargers in the room and various outlets. We did not use the resort Wi-Fi. Parking was about $25 a day when we stayed there. And so this brings up the question, would we stay at the Hotel Lulu again? And the answer is no, but let me explain. We did hotwire the room, and we expect certain deficiencies with rooms because hotwire tends to be the cheapest rate, and they're not going to necessarily give you the best room in the whole hotel. That's fine. But the cleanliness is a big issue for us, and as Crystal said, her biggest pet peeve is other people's hair in the bathroom, and there was a lot from a lot of different people. So it wasn't just one, and that's gross. And so for that reason alone, I don't think we would stay there again. We had a similar experience with a different hotel, and we have not been back, and it's been about 15 years since we've been to that hotel. We do believe the Hotel Lulu's target audience is the 20-something to early 30 crowd. That's not us. We have 2 kids that are teenagers, and we're just the wrong demographic, I think, for the hotel. If you have stayed at the Hotel Lulu, please share your experience in the comments below. It could be really different from our experience, and we would love to hear from you. If you like this content, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps us out, and thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week.